Hi, this is Joseph R. Cesny in Detroit for Time Magazine, and I'm doing 10 questions today with Ford Motor Company Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Alan Mulally.
Hi, Joseph.
How are you, Alan?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. I think one of the things people want to know is what specifically have you done differently at the Ford Motor Company from your domestic competitors that have helped you and Ford avoid some of their problems?
Well, clearly in Ford's case, we're in a different place from a business point of view because we started the transformation of Ford about, a little over 2.5 years ago. So in our case, we decided to really focus on the Ford brand. So we divested Aston Martin and Jaguar and Land Rover and took down our ownership position in Mazda, and we separated out Volvo. Now, having said that then, we have been absolutely working on best-in-class characteristics for every one of our vehicles, whether it's the quality or fuel efficiency or safety, and also offer the very best value. And then the last part is that we financed the plan early when credit was available so that we can continue this transformation.
What made you finance it early?
Well, the most important thing from our point of view was that we wanted to ensure that we had the investment to be able to transform our product line and transform our production system worldwide. And the second thing is that clearly the world economic development was slowing down, and so we wanted to make sure that we had sufficient liquidity to continue our plan, but also have a margin for a further slowdown in economic activity, which, as we all know, has come to fruition.
So you want to see General Motors and Chrysler survive then and succeed?
Well, we want to see the automobile industry be very vibrant going forward, and we're also interdependent. That 80% of all of our value of a car is with our suppliers, and our suppliers throughout the United States also service General Motors and Chrysler as well as the Japanese companies. So it's very important that, because we're all so interdependent, that all of us move forward together.
Considering the financial problems that Ford has encountered, I mean, you lost $14 billion last year. Why should I, as a small investor, put money into the Ford Motor Company?
Well, we personally think, starting with us, that Ford is a great investment, and we are investing a lot in Ford ourselves. And clearly, with the situation we're in right now, this is a terrible time in the economy. But we've taken the action to transform our Ford. We're going to have a great set of products as the economy comes back that people really do want and value. And I think we wouldn't be investing unless we thought this was a great investment in creating a viable business going forward.
One of the other questions that was asked is, why should I buy American if your country continues to send jobs to India and Mexico?
Well, the vast majority of all of our operations is right here in the United States. And with the agreements that we have made with our unions today, we can make vehicles of all sizes in the United States and do it profitably. And the American cars today are equal to or better, in Ford's case, in every vehicle side than our competition. So, Ford has great choices for our consumer, and you can get the very best vehicles in the world from Ford right now.
After it was reported that Ford and the other auto execs flew private jets to ask lawmakers for bailout money, you initially defended the trips, but later you kind of changed your mind. Why didn't you acknowledge that it didn't look good or that it was a mistake from the very beginning?
Oh, I think I absolutely did, because I mentioned that I had tremendous compassion for the questions that our congressional leaders were asking, because this is a critical time, and even though we weren't asking for money in Ford's case, this is taxpayer money, and I was there on behalf of the entire industry. And so I was very supportive of the questions they were asking, and I think they asked great questions, and I was glad to be there to tell Ford's story.
The other issue has been craftsmanship. A lot of people think that foreign companies build better cars. How do you overcome that perception?
Well, the data says that Ford quality is equal to or better than all of our competition, the best in the world. And we absolutely acknowledge that in the past we have not always had a consistency of purpose, especially on the cars, for our quality, because we focused on the larger vehicles. But now we are focusing on a full product line, and every one of our vehicles now is equal to or better than our competition in terms of quality, fuel efficiency, safety, and best value. So, it's time to try a Ford again.
Ford's most famous vehicle right now is the F-150 truck. Are you going to be able to make that more fuel efficient?
That 150, you can not only live in it, but you could pull your house behind it simultaneously. They are phenomenal vehicles. And there were a few years where we fell behind on fuel efficiency with our F-150, but the new F-150 that we just released today is the very best fuel efficient truck in its class.
But are you going to make it more fuel efficient going forward in the future?
Every year on every one of our vehicles, our plan is, no matter what the size of the vehicle is, small, medium, or large, every year we're going to improve the fuel efficiency of every vehicle.